Sound of a train clattering on tracks, a faint, melancholic jazz tune playing in the background. Do you ever ride a train at night? I mean, really ride it? Or the world outside is just a black mirror, and the only thing you see are the reflections of the people inside. It's intimate. Almost too intimate, especially on the Floridian. That silver serpent slicing its way down the East Coast. From the bitter winds of Chicago to the humid embrace of Miami. Back in '78, the Floridian was a rolling party. A metal tube filled with cigar smoke, clinking glasses of rum, and the rhythmic chatter of Spanish. It was the preferred chariot for the newly arrived, the Cuban exiles heading south to build new lives in Little Havana. They were full of life. Brash, handsome men with stories in their eyes and fire in their bellies. Men like Arturo. I first saw him in the dining car. He had this presence, broad shoulders in a crisp guayabera, a gold chain resting on his chest, and a smile that could disarm a battalion. He was holding court, telling a story with grand gestures, his laughter echoing over the clatter of the cutlery. He was a feast for the eyes, and I was hungry. I'd been on the Floridian for what felt like an eternity, a ghost in the machine. A silent observer watching generations of travelers come and go. But these men, these Cuban gentlemen, they were different. They weren't just traveling. They were vibrating with an energy, a passion, a flavor I hadn't tasted in a long, long time. It was the flavor of hope, spiced with tragedy, utterly intoxicating. I waited until the train was somewhere deep in the belly of Georgia, where the night is thick and the pines stand like silent sentinels. The party in the dining car had thinned. Arturo was walking back to his sleeper car, alone, humming a soft bell. The rhythmic sway of the train was like a lullaby. I stepped out from the narrow space between the cars. "Disculpe," I said, my voice a low whisper. "I think you dropped this." I held out a small, silver cigar cutter. It wasn't his, of course. He stopped, that charming smile appearing instantly. "No, señorita, and that is not mine, but I thank you." His eyes, dark as espresso, lingered on me. "Are you traveling far?" "To the end of the line," I replied, letting a small, sad smile touch my lips. The damsel in distress, the woman with a secret sorrow. Men like Arturo, men so full of life, they can't help but try to pour some of it into you. He invited me to his private compartment for a drink. "Just one," he insisted, to ward off the chill of the night. The compartment was small, the world rushing by in a blur outside the window. He poured 2 small glasses of dark, rich rum. He spoke of Cuba, of the life he'd lost, and the new one he was determined to build in Miami. He spoke of his family, his dreams. He was painting a beautiful picture, a vibrant mural of his soul. And with every word, every heartfelt confession, the aroma grew stronger, the tastes more potent. He leaned in close, his hand resting on mine. "You are so quiet," he murmured. "What is your story, mysterious lady?" I looked from his hand to his throat, where a pulse beat a steady, strong rhythm against his sun-kissed skin. A drumbeat calling me to the feast. "My story," I whispered, leaning in, my lips brushing against his ear, "is that I find men like you irresistible." He shivered, but not from fear. Not yet. He thought it was passion. He thought it was the start of a classic, romantic train affair. He wasn't entirely wrong. It was a classic affair, an ancient one. The next morning, when the train pulled into the station in Jacksonville, the staff found his compartment. The window was slightly ajar, the humid Florida air already seeping in. The glass of rum was untouched. Arturo was gone. The only thing left behind was a small, silver cigar cutter on the empty bed. The conductors, they just shook their heads. Another man, full of dreams of Miami, who just disappeared into the night. They blamed it on the drink, on a rash decision, a jump in the dark. They never thought to blame the woman who always rides the Floridian, the one who's always hungry, the one who always travels to the end of the line. Sound of the train whistle blowing, long and mournful, fading out with the jazz tune.